Over the years, the WWE has been home to some of the greatest tag teams in the history of wrestling, such as the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys. All tag teams try to achieve the ultimate goal of winning the tag team titles, but winning those titles doesn't always mean your team is remembered. My name is John, and these are 10 pairs of WWE wrestlers you forgot were tag team champions. Starting out this list is the comedic duo of Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov, who held the tag team titles for 76 days. After beating the Nexus for the titles on December 6th of 2010, the two would go on a fairly mediocre run with the titles until Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater won them back late February of 2011. Rene, Dupree, and Kenzo Suzuki may have been one of the most strange and forgettable teams to ever touch tag team gold. This is just another example of WWE pairing up two superstars just because they are not American. Even though they were forgettable, they ended up holding the titles for a decent 91 days. The first appearance on our list were two megastars combined. Batista and Rey Mysterio were heading into Armageddon in 2005 to face off against Big Show and Kane, and decided to make the match champion versus champion as they beat Eminem 2 days before the pay-per-view. They lost the titles 2 weeks later and were very forgettable. Back in 2008, before CM Punk's rise to stardom and eventually downfall, and before Kofi Kingston was dancing around with a unicorn horn on his head, the two had defeated Legacy for the World Tag Team titles. They held the straps for 47 days before The Miz and John Morrison took them away. Two of the all-time greats were put into a tag team at the 2006 edition of Cyber Sunday, where fans voted Rowdy Roddy Piper to team up with Ric Flair. They defeated the Spirit Squad but only held on to the straps for 8 days, making this team very much forgotten in wrestling history. Cena's first and not last appearance on our list comes in the form of his World Tag Team title reign back in 2008 with the Animal Batista. The two were feuding at the time and lost the titles after only just 1 week of having them, making this one of the shortest reigns in history. After the tragic passing of Road Warrior Hawk, WWE decided to do something with Animal and put him in a team with Heidenreich. The two faced off in a tag team title match against Eminem, where they would go on to win and even hold the championships for 95 days, but still making them pretty forgettable. Back before Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre tore it up on the independent scene, they had won a tag team turmoil match at the 2010 edition of Night of Champions to become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. The victory came out of nowhere, and they are largely forgotten as in 2010, the tag team division was in a very bad place. Speaking of 2010 being a year for terrible tag teams, the team of John Cena and David Otunga were actually the pair that took the titles away from Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. It was the Nexus' first taste of championship glory, and it is one of the most forgettable reigns with any title ever, as the championships were simply relinquished to two other Nexus members, being Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, a mere 3 hours after winning the titles. Coming in at the top spot is the worst, shortest, and most forgettable title reign in tag team history, John Cena and The Miz. In 2011, The Miz and Cena were bitter rivals but forced to team together. Long story short, they won the titles and then lost them 5 minutes later on the same episode of Raw. The two would go on to main event WrestleMania in obviously the best match ever. And these were 10 pairs of WWE wrestlers you forgot were tag team champions. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I'll see you later with more wrestling videos.